back at you with another video, and today is day. So let's get right into it. Might do this in two parts. Let's just see how this goes.
All this stuff.
Hello, Mr. Samuel.
Right out of the gate, we can already tell.
She belongs to the streets.
Like, why are you so excited to be on this live? Like, you have no idea how this is gonna go. But let's go.
Yes, I can. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm okay. How old are you?
I am 29.
Uh-oh. So she's in the danger zone. Let's see what happens.
All right. So what are we talking about?
Okay, Mr. Samuel, I just heard you say, if we just give men what they really want, then we will be able to be married and have a good life with the man. I disagree.
What?
You have any children?
I do. I have.
She literally said she disagrees that if she does the thing she's supposed to do, that she'll get married. So that's right there should tell you what type of conversation this is going to be.
I have a son.
And were you married?
Uh-oh. So she is in a danger zone and she has a kid out of wedlock. So we already know where we're going with this.
What was I married when I conceived? No.
Go ahead.
Always marry before you carry, or else you have these issues.
All right, so I disagree because I'm a social worker. So.
Oh my God! No! Women social workers are the worst. All their views are jaded, and let's let her tell you why.
I'm in the helping field, and
She says the helping field. That's not what that is, really. Let's continue.
Just got out of a long-term relationship.
Oh wow, she's just got it all. Danger zone, kid out of wedlock, social worker, and LTR relationship. Oh my God.
And when I was in the relationship, he would tell me, okay, I want to go back to school. I want to pursue my degree. I want to finish, I want to finish my degree.
Oh my God. So, damn. So you're with a dude that's just telling you things that he wants to do but doesn't do it. So that's your fault. You're basically she was with a loser.
So I thought, like, okay, great. Let me come up with a plan on. Let's see how we can get your degree.
Oh my God. So she was basically being the man. Like, if you have to get your man to go to school and do all that for him, you should not be with that man. You're with the little boy. You're with the man that can't make a decision for himself. You're out here making decisions for him, and you see nothing wrong with that. That's because she's masculine, guys. Feminine women would never do that. If a guy's like, oh, I want to go to school talking like that, she's gonna either leave his ass or tell him do something or shut the hell up.
See what type of money we got to put in for you to do this. But when it came down to it, that's not what he really wanted to do. So
Hold on.
Of course, it's not what he wanted to do. If he wanted to do it, he would do it. If he's just talking about it, he was just stringing you along and just letting you think he was gonna do it.
Are you judging all men based upon what you're talking about?
Yup. That's a.
I'm not, but.
Are you sure?
I'm
Because you said you.
She is not positive. That's a nope. And that's an also.
Okay, you say you disagree, but I allowed you to speak, and you spent the better part of a minute describing your situation.
Yeah.
And like I was saying at first, like I'm a social worker, so I work with a lot of women. And I work.
Yeah, that's the problem. So you're only gonna hear the women's side of the story, and women are human, and women lie. So all her views are gonna be jaded. You don't hear from the father, so you don't even really know what stories you're hearing are even true. Because a lot of the times women go into social workers, they're in a desperate situation. So you don't know what happened at all. So let's continue.
work with a lot of, and I work with a lot of single women.
Oh my god. Yeah. So yeah, no. If you said married women, all right, but single women, yeah, we know they lie like a motherfucker.
Father side of the story.
No.
Thank you.
Right.
When I.
I'm sorry. Hold on, ma'am. You get one side. There are three sides: hers, his, and the truth.
That's what I just said. You only get the woman side. You don't get the man side, and then you can't even break it down to see what is what. All you hear are women just saying, "Oh, he's bad. He did this. He did that. He did that." You don't even know if it's true. You can't verify any of this. It's just word of mouth, and you're getting one side. So this woman right here is jaded as F, and also.
She belongs to the streets.
But let's continue.
And guess what? I can pull up video after video of women breaking the law, lying, and females believing it. 74 years.
I literally just said that. Like, literally. Women lie all the time. That's a means of survival. Women have survived for as long as men because of their beauty, their allure, and lying, manipulating. Of course. Like, how else would a species survive as long as they did? Like, there's no other way.
Year-old man in Idaho Springs was tasered, framed, and stroked out because his neighbor, who was drunk, high, and had multiple felonies, lied and said he had. Go look it up, guys. And that guy didn't get anything. And you know what the female cop was over there? This old man, they tasered him in his own home. Planted evidence on him.
Wow.
And they were more concerned with the woman who was drunk and high.
Wow. And this is why men protect themselves. This is exactly why.
So, women tend to believe women's sob stories. And you cannot be an intelligent person.
And that's true, though. And even men believe women's sob stories. Like, it's just that people tend to believe women when they're crying and whining and telling you a story. We live in a believe all women culture. And that is never going to equate to success.
Tell me, just because you're a social worker,
everything's going to be upside down and a lie. You're basically living a lie. Like, that's basically what that is.
Hearing one side of the story, knowing you're a single mother predisposed to having a heart for women, but you're getting a balanced picture. Logically, tell me that's what you're doing.
No, what I'm saying is I'm not only am I a social worker, I am a female, and I do work with a lot of single women.
That doesn't mean anything. Like, okay, like at all. You should know even more that women lie. You should know women's nature even more, unless she's oblivious to it too.
That I have seen.
A lot of single women who choose to marry before they carry, do things out of order, and you don't get the father's story, right?
I'm speaking about dating.
She won't answer the question, but the answer to the question is
the same.
No, ma'am, I'm speaking about you're trying to.
Now she's trying to change the subject and go back. She knows she's lost. Look at her smiling. That smile says it all.
Set the table in a bullshit way.
Yeah.
Do these women in social work come in here and they're married women who have children as a result of marriage and their husbands are still around?
No.
Some, yes, sir.
Some, what percentage? 1 in 4 black women were married. Careful.
Yeah, so that's a very small percentage. If 1 in 4 will marry, out of the 1 in 4, it's probably 1 in 4 of that. So it's probably like a 2%, if we're even that.
Married about 6%.
Yeah, it's probably less than that. All right, 6.
No.
We'll say, all right, we'll give her that, but it's really less than that. But even 6%, why are you even talking about that?
94% of these women aren't.
Right.
Yes, sir.
That's like you're having a grade on a test, and you get a 94 on it. You feel me? You got an A+ almost. And like, why would you look at the other 6%? It's like, oh, you got a 6 on this test. There's nothing on it. Like, you don't worry about outliers.
So when you say some, I don't understand why y'all do
That's
that.
not even some. That's very few. Some would be like 30%. You know what I mean? 25 to 40% would be some. Like they overestimate the word some. That's not what a sum is. That's a few to a couple.
Some, if your kid came home and said, Mom,
Oh, I got some.
here's my grade, and he gave you an F minus. You said,
Right.
boy, you didn't get nothing. What did you do? You got an F minus?
No.
I got some of them right. You got 6 right,
No.
but you got 94 wrong. You'd be like, oh, okay, so you got all right.
Yeah.
You're already starting off wrong. And I'm going to tell you, in your relationship, you were wrong too. Let me tell you why. Because you said he decided he wanted to go to school. So something like that. He wanted to go to school.
Right.
And immediately you pulled out your dick. And
He
immediately
wanted
you
to finish school, so that means he started and never finished. So you're with someone that doesn't finish things, and you knew that prior, and now you're trying to help him go back to possibly not finish again.
Yeah.
So she chose a complete loser.
pulled out your dick. And immediately
Right.
you pulled out your penis.
Exactly. She's being the man, taking control of the situation. Oh my God.
You started figuring out what to do and how to this and how to that.
Right.
That ain't your job.
Nope. At all.
That's for him to figure it out. He just said what he want to do. Did he ask you to go do all that? Did he say, I want to finish school? Did he ask you to go do all that?
No. No.
I hear you. Thank you. Put up your dick.
She's doing this on her own.
So, I mean, just saying, many of our women, you're listening to 94% of women by your stats who aren't married, who are living at a level where they need social work. And you expect to hear good stories about men, and you don't even pay attention, and you don't listen to the father's standpoint. Well, I'll tell you what, Miss Social Worker, why don't you go interview the fathers to understand what they're dealing with?
Because if she interviewed the fathers, you would get the real side, and you'd see that these women aren't complete angels. And then you'd have to go sift through that, and everything you learned was a lie. So you don't want to actually know and find out that. So this tells me that she knows women's nature, but she's just trying to coddle and protect over here.
With these mothers, because they can't all be angels.
Right. There's not all women are good people. Just because you're a woman doesn't mean you're a good person. Just like men, there aren't all good men. You know what I mean? There are bad men and there are bad women. That's just the way life is. We're not all good. All of us are flawed. Like, everyone thinks that, oh my God, she's a woman, she's so sweet, she's so nice, she's so virgin. Like, stop, man. There are pieces of shit women out there, believe it or not. There are women out there that you would never even want in your vicinity. And they might look amazing. They might look amazing, but they're a shitty person.
And another thing, are you saying that men are not consumers? Where in the world, if you give a market what it wants, does it not buy it if you can afford it?
The answer is nowhere.
Well, that's even with me. If
Oh my
I
God,
go
here we
to
go. She's about to make up some BS story to just be right. I need to be right. Here we go.
if I go to Dillard's, if I
Oh
go
my
into
God.
Dillard's and I get in the Dillard's and I'm like,
I don't think she even understands the question. She's just trying to be right now, because I don't even know what the hell she's talking about.
I'm gonna buy this perfume. Like, I got my mind set, I'm gonna buy this perfume. But if nobody's actually selling it to me, or if I don't feel like I want to spend my money in the store, I'm not gonna do it.
Excuse me, man. You changed it. You see what you did? If I go into Dillard's and I already got my mind made up, and they don't have it, or I don't
Not
have
that
the money.
they don't
Excuse
have
me.
it, they don't
Excuse
sell
me.
it to me.
See, now she's backpedaling because she realizes it makes no sense at all. Cutting them off. Like, come on.
I want you guys to understand this is what they do. This is how their logic works. I said,
There is no logic, though. He shouldn't have said that's how their logic works. He should have said that's how their mind works, because there is no logic in this.
do you go if you give a market what it wants and it has the money to purchase and it doesn't buy?
That doesn't exist. If somebody wants something and they have the money for it, they're going to buy it. That's the way that works.
You just made up a story where I go to Dillard's and I got
She
my mind
literally just made that up off of a whim. It probably didn't even happen.
made up. And that's the problem. Most women don't buy what they should buy.
Yeah, they buy what they want, not what they need.
They buy the motherfuckers they make babies with and come into your office needing help with.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they do. Instead of shopping at dealers, they should have been somewhere else.
Yep. Yep.
Man, you're putting the problem on men.
Yep.
There are not enough men.
Yep.
You're saying that men would not make a lot. Why? Okay, then why? Let's play it the other way. Then why would men, if women were offering men in mass in general, what they wanted,
Yep.
why would these men choose to remain single?
Because they're not giving them what they want, and they're not understanding that they're giving us what they think we want, but we don't want what you think we want. We want what we told you we want.
I think greed. I
She said greed. She said greed. Does that make any sense? No, it does not make sense. Because on average, men make more than women, so it doesn't make sense. Yeah, unless you're talking about those broke boys that literally live off you and can't do shit for themselves, the lower 20%. If you're talking about them, we ain't talking about them. 80% of the species of men are able to not be that way. So I don't know what she's talking about here.
I think greed.
On average, a woman makes $30,000 a year. Only 10. I'll even give them. It's really 7%, but I'll round it to 10. Only 10% of women make over $70,000 a year. So like, what is she talking about?
Think I can get something from her, but let me see what she has to offer. Let me see if it's just a little bit better.
See, guys, what you're doing is, see, women think because everybody will fuck them, they think men have as free sexual options. How does the average man have greed in the sexual marketplace?
They
You know how
don't.
hard it is for most guys to get laid?
She doesn't. She doesn't realize that 1 in 3 guys are reporting being virgins or not having sex in the last year. So she doesn't understand what she's talking about. When these women say this stuff, they're thinking about the men that they want to have sex with. They're thinking about those great looking men, those top tier men. They're not thinking about like the regular guy, the guy that's maybe a little overweight, guy living not that large. The invisible guys to them. They're not thinking about those guys that don't get laid. They're thinking about the Chads, the Henrys, the Keiths. That's what they're thinking about.
Yep.
Excuse me.
See, like when you gotta tell someone excuse me or to like be quiet and they don't, you gotta say it like 3-4 times. They are masculine. They have no etiquette at all and no respect. So like, I would not deal with someone like that. I don't even know how he does this, to be honest. It's like so disrespectful.
30% of men, 30 or under, report not having sex.
Yeah, right.
30% of men under 30 are virgins.
That's what 1 out of 3 are about.
But you can have somebody like Gabrielle Sidibe. And what do women say? Somebody will fuck her because somebody will.
Yeah, somebody will sleep with her. It doesn't mean they're going to marry her.
Women think there's something called attraction symmetry. They think just because they can go out and offer their vagina to the market, they know somebody will take it. If I walk out and offer my penis to
It
the
don't work
market,
the same way, right? For men, it does not work the same way at all. At all.
Nope.
somebody will. But will as many people? How about this? You go in a room of 100 men and say, "I'm clean. I got no diseases. I just want to hook up one night stand. No strings, no attachments." Out of 100 men, how many think are gonna smash?
With her, I would say, because let's face it, she's not that good looking. I would completely pass on that. Like honestly, I would pass in a heartbeat. I wouldn't even think about it.
If we got 30% of virgins, then
See, like right now she's complaining. Now she's conflating the 30% of virgins in the world to the men that he brought in the room. See what they do here? Like there's no logic in that. That's not. He's talking about the men he's bringing to the room. He's not talking about the global sexual marketplace. See what I mean? Like they can't. Like their brains are like spaghetti. Everything connects. Whereas men's brains are like waffles. There's compartmentalization. There's different compartments, so we can separate things. Where with them, everything is just touches. Everything's together. Like you can't separate ideas.
No, you mixing things. Don't play games with me. Put your 100 men in a room. 100 men, not 30% virgin,
Right.
just 100 men.
Bro, he didn't say 4 billion, man. He said just 100 handpicked guys. Like, come on now. Like the fact that like you can't even like have adverse thinking. What is up with that?
Men, how many gonna smash?
I don't know, Mr.
On
Sam.
average, it would probably be with no strings attached. That would be like at least 90% of them. Like put a bag over the head. I wouldn't do it, but if it can be done, it will be done.
Really? Just give me a number. Heterosexual men, no. You want to have sex? You
This
click.
just shows that she doesn't know who men are. Like this shows that she has no idea who we are, what we want, what we do, what we're about. Because if you know men, you know that men will sleep with you, like without thinking about it.
How many men you think will smash?
Maybe 80.
All right. And if I put 100 women in a room with the same kind of man, average man, how many women you think gonna fuck?
Sorry.
Maybe 60.
She said maybe 60. Yeah, okay. Take the 0 after the 6 off of there, and that's probably the number you'll get. Only 6
Guys,
six
that's
girls
the
will do that.
problem. They think
They have no idea. They think the sex on both sides is congruent.
excuse me, look in the comment section. I understand, man. No, when it's over, women think it is easy for men to get sex, as they think it's just as easy for men to get sex as it is for them, because women only think about when they talk about the sexual marketplace. You talk about the men you're interested in,
Right.
not
That's what I just
100%
said. It's only those top men they're thinking about. They're not thinking about every single man, the men that they would never give the time of the day. They're not thinking about them at all. They're thinking about the men of their dreams, and that is it.
Yep.
If 60% of men were out here, anyway. So no, that number's high. I would say closer to the best pickup artists. The best pickup artists, the guys who have all the game, who study this stuff, report a 10% close rate. 10. And these are the guys who are the game masters.
Okay.
So you're saying that if you offered men an opportunity to get, women were offering me what they wanted, and they didn't have to be in the game anymore. You're saying they would stay in the game because of greed, implying.
Oh my god. She's gonna say yes to this. This is an absolute, you know what?
Nope.
And it's also but you already know what this woman is going to say.
Yep.
They could get more.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, she doesn't know anything at all. It doesn't even make logical sense. There's nothing to get. There's no money to get. Like, at all. What is she talking about?
Guys, they don't get it. They don't get it.
At all.
No, ma'am.
She does
No,
not
ma'am,
get it.
ma'am. I just told you that makes no sense.
At all.
It doesn't make any sense. How can guys, if 30% of men aren't having sex, why would they stay in the market if they were getting what they want from a woman?
Nope.
To gain more.
To gain what? More what? Like, more what? Like, it doesn't even make sense. Like, this is what she thinks she's the man here. Like, she has a mindset of a man. So if she was a man, which she isn't, then yeah, that would make sense. But you are a woman. Men don't try to get more out of women. Like, more of what, though?
More of what? What are they already getting if they're virgins?
Yep.
Exactly. They're not getting anything. So, like, how can they be getting any? They're not getting sex. They're not getting money. They're not getting anything. So what are they getting more of? Like, at all.
We're not
No.
talking about the 30.
No. We're going to talk. No, yes, we are, because they are part of the 100. And see, that's the point. This is so foreign of a concept. No offense, man. I really mean no offense. but your mind can't even wrap your head around the concept.
At all.
It doesn't even compute with you.
At all.
It's like, well, I don't want to talk.
He's talking arithmetics, and she's talking calculus. Like, it's two different like things.
About that because that's so far outside of my mind. And all the men are like, what are you talking about?
Right.
That's the real world.
Right.
Yep.
You can't get rid of the 30. That's there. So if 100% of men are out there and 30% under the age of 30 aren't having sex.
So basically, take 30% of the men out of there, so that already cuts you in half, and then 30% of what's left over, around 36% of those men are married. So you're really left with like nothing, honestly.
Gave men what they wanted, which is just a fit, feminine, friendly, cooperative, submissive, childless companion. Women were saying, okay, the majority of us are that.
Yep.
You say men would say, instead of taking you and going off and having consistent sex in a relationship, I would rather stay out here dating, spending my money, time, and opportunity for the possibility of sex.
No.
Alright, so gentlemen, we know the answer to that is a hell to the no, or better yet. But she has no clue at all who we are, so let's see what she says here.
The possibility.
We know all men are not spending their money.
She said all men. Like, who? Where's their all for anything? Like, there's men out there that don't even have money. Like, she's like, this is what I mean. She's not thinking about everybody. What about the people in Africa? There's poor people out there in third world countries. Like, you're not thinking about everybody. Like, she has no idea what she's talking about.
On women to have.
Ma'am, I don't really give a shit about the money aspect. See, you've
That's
lost.
a part of the
No. But the thing is, I'm not trying to be funny. That's not the point.
At all.
The point is a bigger point. The point is you have just demonstrated why there's such a
Why is she single, for one, and then...
disconnect. You ladies have no idea what it's like to be a man. You are so disconnected from us. Because all your life is spent around talking to women and listening to their stories and everything else. And when I tell you about what's going on with men,
she just pushes back, denies it. Like, that's what most women do. When we tell them how it is, push back, denial.
you still think that, well, that's like this. That's like this. Okay, change it from men to women. You're hungry, right? You ever been to a restaurant and there was a wait and you're hungry, right?
Yes.
All right. And this 2-hour wait, and the next closest restaurant is 40 miles away. There's gonna be a wait there too.
Sure.
You sitting there waiting, and then they come along and say, "Well, we can sit you and your guest not at your favorite table. We can sit you at this booth, or we can sit you at the bar. And then right now, or you can wait 2 hours.
You're taking
What
that
do you
seat. You like any logical person is gonna take that seat. Let's see what she says.
I'm gonna go sit at the bar because I want my.
Thank you.
So she understands it in that way, but when you say it in relationship form, she doesn't understand it. See what I mean? That their brains are like spaghetti. Like, they can't separate shit.
Human beings are, thank you, and that's exactly what men are doing. If you give men what they want, how they want it, they'll sit at the bar. They won't wait to go have a chance to sit in out there or go to another restaurant. Thank you for making
But
the
the
point.
thing is, it makes sense to me and a lot of you, but I can tell by the face that she's making, she doesn't understand it. I can literally just look at her and she doesn't get it at all. Like, does that look like a face of someone that comprehended what he just said right there at all? Like, I don't think so.
You understand, human beings operate on
away.
incentives. That's how men operate too. Men will say, if you give me what I want right now, I don't need I'll take the bar. The bar is a woman giving men what they want. They won't go out here and say, well, I'll try for a better seat. Does that make sense?
It doesn't to her because she doesn't know who we are, like I said before.
This a restaurant, of course.
See what I mean right there? She says that's a restaurant, of course. Like, as if he didn't just give an analogy. Like, like, honestly, it's hurting my head. Like, honestly, like, how can't you understand this?
We're gonna move fast.
Holy shit!
But
Oh,
if
shit.
but
She's
if a
Man,
man wants to
man,
go
man,
to
Bruh.
their
man,
favorite,
man,
Bro, we already know this one, man.
She belongs to the streets.
Heavily. Like, this is bad, man. This is,
Sorry, you lost that one.
like, this is everything right here. This is everything. This is everything, bro.
Bruh.
This is everything.
Oh, hell no! That's why you will die alone.
This girl is out of
man,
her mind.
Mr.
man.
Samuel,
No,
I
man, no,
talk.
no. You gonna let me talk? This is my show. But no, you're acting like. Do you understand why people use sports analogies?
Right, she doesn't understand analogies. Like, how are you a social worker and you don't understand analogies? Like, that doesn't make any sense at all.
Yep.
Explain complex concepts.
That's
Do
what
you?
I do. Yeah.
So if you do,
Because
then
we-
how can't you understand what he just said? Like, you don't compute that.
People can relate. I used a restaurant analogy because the sexual marketplace.
That's what you understand, right? He used something you would understand, and then she still didn't understand it.
Yep.
seems to be outside of your ability to relate, but you
Right.
can relate to a restaurant. And now you're going to tell me, no, those things are different.
Right. He was gonna do the funny voice, but the special voice, but he stopped himself.
Mrs. Tammy, when you used your analogy, when you used your point, when you say
Here we go. She's gonna say something really, really stupid right now. I can already tell she's gonna say something so stupid right now. He's covering his mouth because he's bracing himself for it.
in the room and 100 men in there, how many do you want to have sex? You
He didn't
took
say
the 30
he didn't
out.
say how many you would want to. He said how many would do it. And now she's talking about you took the 30 out of it. That was a different argument. He was talking about the sexual marketplace. That was a different argument. Then he said he's in a different scenario. He's gonna bring those men in the room. What would happen? So she has like, oh my god, I don't even know how she passed high school, to be honest.
So when it comes to my
No.
What is
I
she-
said,
what do you?
you walked into a room with 100 men, and you said, I'm down to fuck 100 of you. How many would smash?
but you took the 30%.
No,
of
he
virgins
didn't.
out
That was a
one-
different fucking argument. He was talking about the sexual marketplace is that way. Not his example. His example, he didn't bring any of those guys from the 30% in that room. Those are all, 100 guys are from that 20%. That's what she doesn't understand. She's just like, cannot get out of that one point, and I just don't know why.
No, ma'am. That's That's the sexual marketplace. There's a
That's
millions.
the world.
And even let's take it that way. Even if it was 30% virgins,
They would
those
still
virgins
say
would fuck
yes.
you.
Yeah, they would say yes.
If you were offered,
See, she doesn't know anything about men and sexuality at all. Like, those virgins would do it if you allowed them to. They're virgins because they can't get it. I don't think she understands that concept at all.
free pussy to a virgin,
Right.
no cost, no tip.
Right.
Are you crazy?
Come on, now she is crazy.
So it's not. And then that there goes to show you again. Your other point is invalid.
No, it's not. Because the women aren't offering it to them. That's why they're virgins. They're not virgins because they want to be. Like, does she not understand that? She has that man mindset. That's why it's too masculine. Like, she just doesn't get it.
No, it's not.
When
Guys,
it comes to
this,
dating,
I want
and
you
when it
guys to
comes to
understand.
money-
I'm going to upload this. This is really female logic. This is really what it is. This
There
is
is
really
no logic at all, though.
what it is. She thinks she's really making points.
She's not. She's like so off on this. Like, it's not even funny. Like, it's not even funny. And the sad part is, there are millions of women that think like this. That's the sad part. Like, there are millions. Like, you can't even count how many there are.
I am.
You're not at
I
all.
am, Mr. Samuels.
At all.
I wholeheartedly, I really feel like men are greedy. Men are really out to get.
Does she realize that men built the world and basically 95% of the things you use? So basically that phone or computer she's using, the car or cell phone, the house you're in, the water, like literally everything you're using is from men, but we're greedy. Men by nature are giving. Like literally men have given women everything. We have given everything to women, and it's still not enough. And we're still greedy, even though we've given the world to them. We've built the world to the way they want it, the safest world as we can be, and it's still not enough. We still are greedy somehow. Still.
To the highest bidder, whoever has
The highest
most.
bidder. See, she's like a man right now. That's not how men operate. Men don't go to the highest bidder. That's what women do. Like, so she's conflating the two. This is bad. This is really bad. That's not what men do. Men don't go to the highest bidder, like, because we don't give a shit about money.
It's value. Whoever parents, whoever family comes from the
No, see,
most
that's what women do. Men don't do that. I mean, yeah, you'll find a few. I mean, there's outliers and everything, but in mass, men don't do that. They don't care about that because they want to make their own legacy. They want to have their own money. They don't care about
That's
that.
the woman that wins. I have worked so many places before I became a social worker.
This is why women should be in charge now.
You have worked so many places before and you became a social worker. What does that even mean?
Can I finish?
Oh, don't do that. This is why women should be in charge now. I'm serious, man. You're talking about out of men, 100% of men. What percentage of men are you talking about?
She don't know. She has
I'm
no
talking
idea.
about 75% of men.
Like, you haven't even met 75% of men. You haven't even met 2% of men on this planet. Like, it's just crazy to me.
Ma'am, the 75% doesn't even line up with 30% of the virgin. You can't be greedy in a virgin.
Right. It makes no sense.
But you just said that if I was to walk in a room and the 30% of virgins was there, the virgins would have.
Ma'am, do you understand?
She's literally like, just like, I hate calling people dumb, but she is really dumb.
Yeah.
Like, on another level.
Example and a closed. Okay. See, there's something called like an example where you put it like a little test case over here, and then there's the real world.
Right. You can't use the real world. Like, is she really like, oh my God.
You're an educated woman. You should be able to bounce between these concepts.
You should be.
You're trying to make it all the same.
But they're basically handing out degrees to anyone these days. Like, literally anybody can get a degree this day. It's not hard at all.
Thing. This is what I told you guys. Men's minds are like waffles. We can
I just said that before.
And logically move through things. 1 0 1 0. Open, close, on, off.
I literally just said that, but it's true.
Women's minds are like spaghetti.
Yep.
Everything touches.
Yep.
Their logic runs through their feelings. That's why she keeps saying, I feel.
Everything's through her
because
feelings.
to them, it's all one stream of consciousness.
Yep.
So to her, she really believes she is just on this logical path. And she doesn't realize that all the men are sitting back saying, you're talking about a small set of men extrapolating it out to all.
Right.
Men are greedy. How can...
They're like, oh my God. That's just like, every time I hear that. Just the men that she chooses are greedy. And the men that she hears about at her social work job are maybe greedy. But that's not the world. That's just your little bubble of scumbags. That's all that is.
Men, the average black man in this country earns $42,000. Okay? That's $21 an hour. How can a man who's average earner be greedy in the sexual marketplace?
Because if with that money you're not getting any looks like that, like you'll have a stable girl maybe, but you're not. Women aren't knocking down doors to get to you. So she doesn't even know how to answer this. I already know.
Yeah.
She doesn't know. Look
Because
at how she looked her eyes
they date women
that
that
she doesn't know. She doesn't
have money. So when they date women that have money,
and women don't have money like that. Like, that's what she doesn't understand. Women don't have money like that. Only like 7% of women make over $70,000. Like, she just doesn't get it. Like, it's just not like that, like, at all. Like, at all.
women that comes from a family with money.
And that wouldn't be her money though. Like, that would be the family's money. Like, what is she talking about? Like, at all.
Yeah.
The average black woman in this country earns $37,000.
Right. So what?
So fully 50% of black men, 50% earn 42. 50% of black women earn 37. 74% of black women earn less than $50,000.
Right.
And you're talking about these people who come from families and money. 80% of our children are from single parent households.
There is
You
no
were talking
money
about
at
the
all.
top 10%. And you're talking about it like it's 100%.
Right. It's
The
fucking
numbers
nothing.
are against you.
They're like literally
The
there's
numbers.
the smallest percentage.
Oh man, please
She
don't.
said the numbers. Like, yeah, the numbers. Like, Jesus Christ.
Please don't. Please don't. Just understand what I said.
Okay.
You are talking about women with money.
I understand.
74%
percentage.
of black women earn less than $25 an hour or less.
So that's
Would you
basically
consider
the majority.
$50,000 to be money?
So where the fuck is this money
No,
coming from?
absolutely not.
So by
So right there, by her answering that, she contradicts what she just said.
9% of black women earn $75,000 or more. 9.
And
What
I
do you
said
consider to
it's
be-
actually 7 now, because at the time of this video it probably was 9. I rounded it to 10. It's really like 7 right now.
Money for a woman.
So out of 7, we'll give it 9. We'll say it's 9, but out of 9%, how many of those women are dating bums? Probably one of them, maybe a few of them. Because women that have money want men who make more money than them. It's called hypergamy. It's very rare that a woman is gonna date or be with a man that makes way less than them. It's just very rare.
Their range. You just
Their
said
range.
75,000 or more.
Oh my
So
God.
you're talking about 9%, and I said 10.
That's nothing.
It doesn't matter.
I
It's
just
She said it doesn't matter. Like, see, this is what we're dealing with. Someone that thinks numbers don't matter. Numbers are what it is. That's what we're dealing with. But if you're dealing with someone that doesn't want to deal with reality, which is numbers, you got yourself a long life.
Yep.
About the
The
top
concept-
10% of she
She's
don't
like,
get
this
it.
is very difficult, like, just to listen to. We're about to take a break and finish this up another time because this is tough right now. I'll play another minute or so.
I said you're talking about the top 10% of women as far as earnings. Like all the average guy is going after 9% of women. Do men choose women based on money?
The answer to this is an absolute
Nope.
and.
Oh, hell
But since she has a mind of a man, masculine mindset, she's gonna say yes. And also, she has no idea. That's the funny thing is she's so masculine and manly in her mind, but she still doesn't know what men want or who we are. So it makes no sense to me, like how you can be this masculine and still botch this answer, which she says.
First.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. And this is why black women are single, because they think men look for them for money. And that's why 80% of our women are overweight, because they think we only care about their money, when really we care about everything else, their looks and their weight and all that, and not acting like a man. But she didn't get the memo. But
Absolutely. Oh my God. That's the perfect question. The perfect yes. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yes. So she's stuck on the bottom 20% of men and stuck on the top 10% of women. So she's just stuck on that. She thinks that's all that exists. But she's forgetting about literally like 85% of people. So basically 85% of people on this planet don't exist to her. It's basically what she's saying right now.
Yes.
Where you from, man? Where
Say
you
it
from,
some
man?
more, you'll believe it.
I'm from Mississippi.
That's why.
Mississippi goddamn variants. I swear to God.
I'm from Mississippi.
When people are poor, they honestly believe it. Especially when
Right.
you're poor-minded.
Right.
So men pick women based on money.
Yes. Absolutely.
A woman wouldn't even let you pick her based on that if she made more than you. So she doesn't even make sense at all. Like, at all.
Status.
And she doesn't even have money, so she wouldn't even know. Like, if she even had it like that, she wouldn't pick no bum. She doesn't make any type of sense, like, at all.
Yes.
No, man. Oh, Jesus Christ. It's not even, I don't even want to do this, but I'm going to do it.
make you famous?
You're gonna become famous, man. Because men pick women based upon looks first.
Mm-hmm. If you don't look right, we don't give a damn about your money. Like, that's what she doesn't understand. Like at all. Like at all. Like if you're 400 pounds, I don't care how much. You could be a billionaire. If you're not looking right, I don't give a damn. And most men are the same. I mean, there's losers out there that'll deal with a fat woman if she has money, but that's not the world. That's not the majority. Those are people with problems. Like that's all that is.
In the comment section, gentlemen, man, were you raised with your father?
I was.
So
You
then
have
you should have
brothers?
known.
I don't.
Okay. And you're how old again?
29.
Jesus.
You've been wrong.
This like. Alright, I think we're gonna leave off here and finish this up another time. This has gone on for a while and it's driving me insane. So we'll pick up next time from here. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.